Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Cortez. Dr. Vaughn Cortez. But just Vaughn's fine, really. Hell if I know. There were a bunch of folks with guns and a lady yelling about wanting jobs or something. Next thing I knew, the Raptidons were loose. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hours? Too long. I have to get back to work. What? I mean, we're surrounded by hungry Raptidons. Who wouldn't be? Am I right? Look, I don't want to go back out there, but there's a thing I gotta do. I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. Something that could really get me ahead. Know what I mean? I've been extracting organic compounds from Raptidons. Compounds that have, benefits.
Extracting how? No, wait, maybe I don't want to know.
In certain social situations. Personal situations. Where you might want to, enhance your charisma.
Seriously. Captain, I believe he's making enraptured. It's an aphrodisiac. Wrapped musk is the main ingredient.
What? No? I mean, yes, I'm getting the musk. With Monarch embargo, the price is sky high, but I'm not making the drug. The results are outside the margin of error. Technically. Sure. Of course. Our lab's south of here, down the road. Not the old public lab, the one past that, built into the mountainside. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself. Dissection tables and whatnot. It should have been running this whole time. Just grab the results and bring them here. Great! This is really gonna save my ass.
This should prove a worthwhile endeavor.
look at those yellow walls all day, I'd make a point to sleep on the roof.
Ah, outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick. Oh, you aren't with the out? Oh, well, good luck. Now, if we got the carpet in here, it's just a matter. Orson, you idiot. Just put it. Oh, you're still here. If you haven't already, you might speak to Anton. He can point you in the right direction. Now, if we got the carpet in here, it's just a matter. Orson, you idiot. Just put it. I am Orson Shaw, Chief Behavioral Scientist. I was brought in to study the Raptidons. I was to ensure that, should a problem arise, our team is adequately equipped to deal with them. They are insatiably hungry, absolutely impossible to control in any fashion, and indeed appear to be powered entirely by hate. No amount of studying will enable us to control them, or even slightly sate their aggression. Not quite. We are now acutely aware of their weaknesses. Bullets through the head. Now, that may seem like an obvious conclusion, but believe it or not, some creatures' brains are not in their heads. Now, if we got the carpet in here, it's just a matter. What does it look like? I'm preparing a personal defense device. Or trying to, anyway. Why, yes. I suppose I could. Thanks. Certainly not. But Porter and his goons are busy with the outlaws, and Anton's busy holding his head in his hands. Seems as good a time as any to get a bit of work done. No. Well, yes. Well, no. Perhaps. I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Blast. Well...
If you've come to end my life, let's be on with it. Yes. Anton Crane, lead scientist here. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I may have panicked. Everything's under control now, though, truth be told. I'm not at liberty to discuss the nature of the work I'm doing here. Suffice it to say that its importance to me, to the colony, is immeasurable. My research may not quite fall within legal parameters, so I'm under orders to maintain wireless silence. However, having your head used as target practice can addle one's thinking. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
And take great joy in doing so, I might add.
I suppose it can't hurt. If I don't get that research back, my life is over regardless. We were tasked with formulating a new and improved dental gel. One cannot exaggerate the benefits of good dental hygiene. May I continue? While doing research on enzymes specific to the Raptidon's digestive system, we developed an additive which we subsequently discovered to be the most effective appetite suppressant ever. Not just any diet toothpaste, the ultimate diet toothpaste. Oh, I'm certain it could be made into that as well, with only a few changes to its molecular composition. But you're missing the point. Let's focus for a moment, shall we? Even if you disregard the obvious value of Auntie Cleo's Appazap Diet toothpaste in and of itself, we're talking about my career here as well. Nice, is it not? Came up with that myself. It's a shame our marketing department is almost as befuddled as my co-workers here. Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us, shot up our labs and loosed our research subjects, the Raptidons. If those cretins get their hands on my research, well, they'll need not kill me. Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. The lab's entrance is in the side of a hill. You can't miss it if you just follow the road. You'll pass by the town's original... by the Grand Architect. Jameson. He's in the old lab. My protege. I sent him to retrieve some metabolic precursors, and I forgot him. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many have been lost. Too many black marks against my name, as it were. And far too much paperwork.
I don't know about Dr. Crane's research, but we ought to find Mr. Jameson. He's gotta be all alone and...
Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
My dad taught me some French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Huh? You hiding? You won't get any mercy from me. I've had quite enough of you! That's the last of them.
cleanliness isn't much of a priority, I take it.
Assist sweeping.
Watch out, Captain!
I'll fix you right up! Not getting through!
Never anger a man of the cloth!
You got it, Captain! Everyone all right? All this space, and this is all they get to sleep in? This must be where Mr. Shaw's been working.
Unexpected.
Incoming! I see you there!
The strong survive and the weak perish! The last. to prevail. I take it that's how the outlaws got in? Not the safest of entry routes.
That's gotta be where Mr. Jameson is. Hope he's okay.
Captain, you're right! That's one way to make an opening. Shall we use it? Okay. Quiet. I'll take your confession now!
Get ready!
Trouble incoming, Captain. Sometimes violence is the only way.
We're coming, Mr. Jameson!
someone lift the lockdown? What? How the hell did you get in here? No, not... I don't care. I care about the front door. This is an egregious breach of protocol. How'd you get in? Fair point. I'll see you back at town.
You've returned. Please tell me you've... That is wonderful news. Of course they do.
Oh, hello. Ah, yes. Very good. And have you done that? What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands. Now, I'll just attach this here. Bit of glue, a little elbow grease. Voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
Shaft runs from the bottom of the lab to the top of the hill. Oh, over.
Isn't this pretty, Captain? I love all the trees. We ought to go places like this more.
Why'd they have to build?
Here we go!
Die! I've had quite enough of you!
Here goes nothing!
I'm reloading! That's the last of them.
You don't shoot, I won't shoot. Deal? keep them hands where I'm doing what I'm paid for. And name's Lillian. Lady named Cass hired my crew as gun hands. I got left here to watch for Cleo reinforcements. They all got pinned inside, so I can't say. Definitely got something large and uncomfortably shaped up her nethers. Yeah. Leastways, her pamphlets make. Don't mind the asking, but I ain't telling. Yeah, Cassandra O'Malley. We mostly call her Cass, because Cassandra just sounds fancy. I'm sweaty. I got clawed by one of them monsters. I've been in the dirt all day, and I got bugs in places you don't need to know about. I'm on a fucking break. Got a smoke? Thanks, brother. I've had better. Lost some things in a dust-up. But I didn't get eaten like some of our crew. Got that going for me. My dad used to say that before he left the workforce. I was near the Raptidon pen when they got loose. Had to set a few to rights. When I got to checking if all my parts were still attached, I realized I'd dropped my cigarette case. I look busy to you? It's surrounded by pissed-off Raptidons. My mama didn't raise no dumbasses. This was a Spacer's Choice commemorative case. Some promo for Founding Day they did back in, I forget the year. Worth decent bits to collectors.
Wouldn't hurt to do her a nice turn, would it, Captain?
Well, you'd sure. An outdoor Raptidon pen, y'all. I'd be obliged.
Mysterious doors are the funnest sorts of doors.
I always wanted to sneak into a secret lab by crawling through the vents like they do in the serials. Here's a little trick I learned in prison. Survive and the weak perish.
Nothing personal, I swear. That was made for the 50th anniversary of the Hope. I remember that. I just got back from school. Dad set candles on our doorstep. Got it. Heads down.
What was that? What?
May the law have mercy on you. I won't.
Nice one.
the last of them. Nice of them to put up a sign.
We're just gonna walk in? I mean, it's a secret right on it.
Could be security people.
Seriously, don't get yourself killed. It's a nice...
You're shitting me.
That's what you want, I'm game. But she's gonna give you pamphlets. Don't say I didn't warn you. She's pinned in the lower levels by Auntie's guards. I'll radio her you're coming, but it's on you to find...
Who the... You. Yeah, you. Get over here. You care to explain what you're doing here? That I am. Name's Porter. If Doc Crane did send you, I'd be glad for the help. Bad news is, we haven't been able to clean these outlaws out of the lab. Good news is, they haven't been able to escape, neither.
I'll take your confession now! Here they come! Captain. I smite you in the name of the law! Everyone all right? Here they come. There has to be a key around here somewhere.
Reckon it's normal in a lab like this to just leave weapons all over? Or is it just whoever works here?
Empty. Someone got to the research already.
Hey! You! Over here! I'm guessing you're the one, Lily. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I have Crane's... Yes, I imagine he does. You want to kill me. I don't want to die. Therefore, it is in my best interest to negotiate with you. Help me get out of here, and I will pay you for my life. You mean other than the satisfaction of doing me a good turn? Trust me, I'll make it worth your while. I am good for my word. You will be equitably rewarded, on my honor. But I will not haggle or bargain with you until you help me. Same reason you are, more than likely. I imagine we picked up the same tip. Oh, please. I'm not shaking down valuables from hapless travelers. Think it over. I'm not going anywhere. Which is, I suppose, rather the point.
We have a fight on our hands.
Wow, not even a threat! You got it, Captain!
Sometimes violence is the only way.
What is that, Cap?
There's the mother. She's quite an impressive specimen, in both size and ferociousness. The beating heart of progress can at times be grotesque. By Verity.
So, you got a... Damnation. The outlaws got to it. Bet their leader plans to sell or ransom it. We'll have to pry it out of her. That's how I figured this would go. If being eaten by raptidons ain't budging them, they ain't like to parlay. The garage and the front door are it. These bastards got in through the vent system, but we locked that down. They're not getting back out that way without a security keycard. They'd need to take mine. Or make a new one in my office, I guess. Why you want to know that? What for? I'll give you points for brass. Can't risk it, though. So, why? What? Fair point. Here's a keycard to my office. Head left from here and downstairs. It's across from the cafeteria. I got a machine that makes pass cards for us. Just don't knock over it.
Finally.
Never anger a man of the cloth.
I'll fix you right up!
You done a job of work. After you cacked their employer, the gun hands started surrendering, or trying to slip out. We heard it all from up here. Hell of a thing. Lost some of my own in the fight, and a bunch of the staff died before we could get them to Roseway. Damn straight we will. Get down to Roseway and talk to Doc Crane. He'll make sure you get what's yours.
Any news? On that thing we spoke? Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers. No kidding? You're the best! This is gonna make me so popular. I mean with the people who buy it, not by using it. Because I'm not. Only for testing purposes. Quality control. You would, right? Take this. You earned it. If you run into me again after all this is over, maybe I'll have more. Pleasure doing business with you.
You've returned. What news? Please tell me you've recovered my research. Without my research? That's... You can't possibly understand the enormity of what you've done for me. And what, pray tell, is the status of our capital? Excellent. If we're done here, I'd like to get back to work. You understand? Not in this colony, there isn't. But success here will get me to Byzantium. I'll have recognition, money, proper facilities. It's the only place to lead a life of meaning in the system.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Something on your mind?
Hey, we don't know each other yet? I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew. So, gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. I get it. You don't like seeing a guy staked out next to your ship. Looks like I'm trying to ambush you or sell you something. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired. Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers? Good one, boss. Imagine me fawning all over you like some oily corporate parasite hoping for a raise. You got a real subtle sense of humor. I like that. And if you're willing to take me on board, I got a feeling we'll get along just fine. Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like. It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust. Maybe with a little cream on top? Classic. Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this. I'll just gather my personals and meet...
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Heard from the lasses down on 22.
Hey, Mr. Vicar. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? For that ocean stink?
No, I do not.
You're supposed to say yes and go on to explain why. I just want to have a conversation.
Of course you do.
Rizzo's purple berry nudge. This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors.
Have you had a moment to look? You don't hurry. What's that? What'd you turn up? Well, that's just... a shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price. If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me. So... bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here. Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old hopes getting in the way. I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime. Yes, dear. Suit your... What do you want? Anytime.
Looking for some space? Don't take... have a look. What can I do? Don't... Have a look.
CNP pancake mix. Now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix it.
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of time to...
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. Woo! Look at the courage on this one. Lay it on me, boss. Give me a taste of that fiery primal spirit. Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
Here they come! Here I go!
The strong survive and the weak perish. Our survival.
Look, Red gave me a taste of the good stuff. For days.
careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It's crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
This place is falling apart.
Can't spell groundbreaker without broken. Oh, wait.
They shouldn't have stood in our way. Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
It's so cozy.
What the huh?
Sometimes violence is the only way.
Here goes nothing.
Well done. We are victorious.
Does everyone get brand?
I smite you in the name of the law. Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. We'll cut them off. Quietly now. You'll have to show me how to do that.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Credit Unit Dispense Proteins. This unit would clarify. There is a dead mechanic in the kitchen. User error in the maintenance of this unit's cutlery engaged several systems at once. The slicer, the grinder, the tenderizer. This unit is not designated for cleaning duties and cannot be compelled to accept another unit's responsibilities. This unit behaves precisely as it was engineered. Neither this unit nor its corporate proprietor claim any responsibility for the mess. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein.
You've returned, and in one piece. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapon. If every repair was a one-woman job, I wouldn't need an engineering team. As it is, my staff is busy keeping the station from melting down. You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not quickly, at least. Not on the first try. Able, though, you've proven to be. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Nice one!
Good news? Some of the security chemicals ended up and killed a bunch of fantasy. Bad news. Diagnostic methods for reports are used. They're not Read fast if you can.
Oh. Searching for unauthorized
Oh! Guys, all right?
Unexpected. Investigating.
Here they come.
dropper pump. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you've found your way out.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized...
You aiming to send a message? If so... Me? No. We're going offline in 3, 2... Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded. The event's forecasted to last for months.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire...
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline. Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send...
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting. It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be...
CNP near Maple Syrup.
You been flying the outer systems route lately?
I've seen you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker?
How goes the hunt? Nothing excessive, mind you, but... I believe I'm growing fond of you, bounty hunter. If you got the Mardettes back, here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters.
What can Groundbreaker secure? We can't just let anyone walk in here. You have done a lot for us, Captain. I'll talk to the Commandant. All right, I guess. In and out, though. Just...
Hold it right there! Hey. What do you think? Nice doing business with you.
Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You don't seem to like travel. With us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
Rizzo Spectrum Wanda.
Gracious. Straight to the... That's... The board... Go right...
I'm not...
That's half the reason I make them, my dear. But that's not what you wanted to talk about. Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it... Because that's what the board tells them, you see. I think they made some fool mistake that would make them look bad to the rest of the colony, and they're trying to hide the evidence. Those board folk are real prideful-like. Never want you looking behind. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a... That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. She's... Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chatter. Edna shows them to me. Some claims he's transmitting from Monarch, but who knows if that's true. If you're here... I found...
Step lively, Miss Holcomb.
I'm not winded. Honest. My, boot was untied.
Would hate for you to get left behind, or architect forbid, become lost.
News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. You have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of...
Well, well, well. What fine treasures might...
May the law have mercy on you! I won't!
I'll fix you right up!
We're still alive.
Gosh, ain't that Were you really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar?
Yes, but as I've repeatedly said, I was assigned there as a vicar. I was not a prisoner.
I just can't believe you'd lie.
I was not locked. Sublight salvage. Their front looks surprisingly on the up and up.
You reckon we can shop here, or is it all spoke for?
Welcome to Sublights. You the one. Miss Lily is.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky... This isn't an interrogation, as fun as that sounds. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Good boy. Knew you'd understand. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's... Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Ask. Be seeing you.
unbelievable how good it is.
Hello? Is someone there? Help! I'm locked in here! Can you get me out?
Nice.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief? You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again, friend. What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually, two things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me. Time stood still. I was aware of nothing but the smell. Ugh, could have been days. Ah, shit. That means I haven't clocked out in days. Song is gonna have my ass for wage theft. You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is? That all? Of course. Everyone on the ship's gonna hear about this. Hell, it's the only chance I've got to keep my job.
I'll be just a moment.
This is Halcyon News.
It just me, or has it been deader than usual?
CNP Force Pocket can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Force Pocket.
putting in a relay station all the way out here?
This is an unmanned station, right?
You're going down.
Reckless, Mr. Millstone! Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Performing
Heads up, boss! If you come, find something out of my way! Never anger a man of the cloth! Must get past that armor! Fight the door!
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
This is Halcyon.
Speak your mind. Honestly, I could use the distraction. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand. You've got my...
My comm center already got an update ping from the backup relay. I trust Thanks. That's odd. The only messages in the queue are encrypted ones. Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36 months. Must be on account of some new security red tape. Well, whatever's the cause, the board and the Earth Minister will see it sorted. Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization for you from Chief Junlei. Try not to spend it all in one place.
The ship's groaning something fierce, but I can make...
What? Routing through the backup relay has saved us a mess of trouble. Thanks to you, the...
If you came to report the Admiral leak on 6, we know. Slap some engine tape on it. Be there
Where the hell have you been, Private?
Suppose it's time to reevaluate my career.
Temps are lowering across the station. Anyone outside is getting a hell of a light show from the droplet arrays.
I seen Junlei fix a turbine with just engine. If you're here with the loose seals on level 3, it's on our list.
Gonna head to here.
You know that sound? Ellie! My mind, but it's been a while. How's that whisper muzzle working out for you?
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That mod was for your gun, not your smart mouth.
You want to bust my chops? Do it over drinks next time I'm on station.
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised. Some people just like...
It's almost time for today's episode of the Chairman's... Wanna try? If you're here for this week... Yes. Well, ain't that peachy? You enjoy that... Anytime.
The news packet had the toss ball scores from Decanis.
Do you have it? You know... Oh my law. You've done it. You've saved my hide. I can't thank you enough. Now then, let me see. I just have to apply the seal here, sign like so, and... Ta-da! Here are the forms you'll need once you reach Byzantium. Oh, and a nav key so your ship can travel there. Those authorization forms will let you speak with Sophia when you arrive. I'll send her a message straight away to let her know you're coming. She'll be delighted, I'm sure.
You mean the lady who handles the chairman's business? Or the third most powerful person in the colony? Oh, right. They're the same person.
Yes, quite. Miss Akonda is just the person to take someone with your particular talents and sterling character under her wing. She can fill you in on all of the board's operations in the colony, really put your talents to use. Best of luck to you, and thank you again. Give my How do you do? Be my...
A luxury...
I never thought I would see the gates of Byzantium. Never mind what lies beyond.
If you liked handing over your money, you'll love it there.
This is Halcyon News.
Hey, Ellie.
Not today. I'm on the job.
Never thought I'd see the day. A new face. Nothing unique.
Lemon.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Can we talk? Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Whoa, let's calm down. I'm not asking for a favor or anything. I'm just suggesting we stop by when we're in the neighborhood. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably... This is why I have to see them. They'll hardly recognize me. Oh, well, I was thinking... Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that. Just know that I've got plenty more suggestions if you need them. Anything?
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on.
I see you haven't been shot to pieces by the guards. Do you have an appointment? Of course. You're that curious spacer Mr. Bedford mentioned. Just a moment, please. Madam Adjutant, Bedford's contact has arrived. Shall I clear your schedule?
No, thank you, Percival. I doubt this will take long. I'm Sophia Akande, adjutant to the chairman. Yes, Hawthorne, or whoever you really are. I've been reading all about you. This dossier from Emerald Vale was especially engrossing. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. Today the region is profitable for the first time in years. Its workers are productive. They might even be happy. Anyone with eyes can see that you're talented. But you're also unpredictable. I don't like unpredictable. I have a job for you. One of our cartographers needs to be retired. I want you to carry it out. Rachel Lockwood, cartographer for the Bureau of Exploration. She's done some sensitive work for us, but now she's a loose end. Lockwood has to go. Get rid of her. Bring me her work. Then we'll talk about Dr. Wells.
If we don't do it, someone else will.
You keep colorful associates, Captain. I expect you'll put them to good use. At the very least, I expect you to do better than the other freelancer. Report back to me when you're finished. We've hired outside contractors before. There's another freelancer working this job, but he's been dragging his heels. Dependable and competent freelancers are hard to come by. For your own sake, I hope you prove to be the exception and not the rule. It isn't as if we're executing Lockwood for mislabeling a river on a map. It isn't what she's done, but what she knows that forces our hand. The nature of Lockwood's work was sensitive, confidential, and concerns the future of Halcyon. I can't risk leaving her alive. I suppose I could, but then you'd be a loose end, and neither of us want that. Excellent.
This is where those who fancy themselves the best and brightest of our society live. Trespassing here is a true honor.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models,
Hey! Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his... Oh, you definitely recognize him. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence. It's all very high level. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka. Here's to me! Hey, you're really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another? It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you've got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws, I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you. I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop.
Nonsense. You've got another in you. Doctor's orders.
Guess I can't argue with that. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum. How curious! I was just wondering after Rachel myself. Quite so. She's especially fond of near maple liqueurs, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste. She's a common enough sight during the evening hours. Occasionally she'll stop by for a cordial in the afternoon. I do. Unfortunately, Rachel doesn't... Or no, not honor-bound, the other thing. Paid, yes. I'm paid to keep her location a secret.
I've always loved that skull.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you. Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew from the moment I laid eyes on you that I'd found my muse. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. I'm an artist, darling, not a tweed merchant. I don't sell things. I pollinate the world with art. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me? Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me. Oh, you cad! You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you. I'll need you to model for me the following: the apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear, helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers, none of that garbage spacer's choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you Like a star, darling. Square your shoulders. Hand on your hip. Eyebrow cocked. Yes. Perfect. My heart is all aflutter. 2 outfits remain. I can't wait to see what you'll bring me. Something shocking, I hope.
love Byzantium.
It really does gleam like spit-shined gold.
I once treated a lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to...
Welcome. Welcome to the Byzantium. Well, hey there. What can I do for you? Ah, yes, Lockwood, right. Oh, you can't do that. Sorry. It's, locked. Yes. It is locked and you cannot enter. Of course I've got a key. I'm the receptionist. It's my job to have a key. I'm not giving it to the likes of you, though. I am honor-bound to protect this office. Well, fine. Hurry up before she comes back and catches me. I mean, you. Catches you. If I knew I wouldn't be here, would I? I mean, sometimes she's at the bar wetting her beak. Billingsley's, that's the place. You checked there yet? I don't know, 5 hours, 5 days. I'm a receptionist, not a clock. Hey, take it easy. I'm new to the job. Yeah, learning as I go.
My dear fellow, you've no idea. I'm on my legally allotted break. Really, I'm supposed to be... Oh, what are you doing here? Well, there's nothing to see here. Nope, nothing at all. Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I? I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went... Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, They're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals. Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but they have intelligent eyes. An agreeable yet reserved. Please, do take care, and do mime the exterminator.
Get away from me! Were you following me? Back off, all right? I've got a slide rule and I'm not afraid to use it.
Wow, am I ever glad I followed you? I figured you were onto something when you were snooping around the office. So shall we get to the killing?
What? Killing? What the fuck is going on here?
My friend and I here have jobs to do. You just sit tight for a minute while we discuss how we're gonna handle this. Ah, yeah, look. Reception doesn't pay as well as it used to. Turns out I really need this. I know, I'm a jerk. Hate me if you want. But I gotta take her head in. The contract calls for her maps, yeah? Half the bits for the maps, half for the confirmation of the kill. How's about I take the kill, and you take the maps?
Hold on, okay? Just hear me out. What if...
Will you pipe down? What? You must be new to the assassination game. If you talk to your victims, it makes it harder to kill them, see?
Please, just listen.
Shush! Oh, all right. The anticipation is killing me, though. Get it?
Wait. Whatever the contract is, I'll pay you both.
That's a lot of bits. But, I mean... Right.
Go fuck yourselves.
I admire her spirit. So how are we doing this? We could have had a beautiful thing here, you know. Oh well. Here I go killing again.
This might be tough. On us. Don't hurt. Here we go.
I've had quite enough of
How
you!
about that?
That's the last of them.
You killed him. Please, just leave me alone. I don't know anything, I swear. Get away from me!
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Process security, but...
Here we go.
Nice one, Captain!
I got him.
I'll take your confession now!
Just like that. Down they go.
fight on our hands. Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Keeping you! Watch a pro at work!
Protest sweep.
Take.
Never anger a man of the cloth. Here they come. Sometimes violence is the only way. Survival of the fittest can be at times gruesome, or some might say entertaining to watch.
Any luck finding my... Truly? And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald, Philippa, Vonda, Haroon, Iskander, Evelyn, I'm never letting you out of my sight again. Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the best I can offer for the safe return of my darlings. Now...
Out with it, you wretched contraption!
What's gotten into Bachmeyer?
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really?
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of
How splendid. Why... Admittedly. Now if only you could gracefully take a shower, preferably in whatever hovel you came from.
Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness.
What's wrong?
It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene.
This city is meant for us, the system's finest.
We earned its luxuries.
But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse. The worst thing to happen to Halcyon, a contest that gives even the lowliest and most inefficient workers a chance to live in Byzantium. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there.
Tell me, how...
Exactly. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate?
Oh, we get paid this time. I like this plan.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Or do you just keep them around as a mobile armrest? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to lend me your services. Aren't you? Fantastic. Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree, which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs. The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital. Now, do we have any further business, or are you just here for the repartee?
There's my parents' place. Smell that?
Marilyn, is that you?
Loss! We certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble. There you go again, Captain. Always menacing polite society. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into. Right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes all over your nice floors. Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand, we hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
What did you do?
Why, we did what any grieving parents would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather, substantial.
You what? Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities. The neighbors would be sure to notice.
Why did you do that?
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we? The neighbors would talk, and not in a good way.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pirates or raptidons? And what are you gonna do now that we're here?
Yes, about that. We were just about to ask you to, leave.
Quietly, if you don't mind. I'm afraid it would cause quite a stir if the neighbors saw you two stomping about.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time. Let's talk outside. Can we talk? Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandalized. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave dramas. Mother would drop her mock apple cider and the glass. I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real, or oops, did I just track awesome onto your rug? Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my story. Father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me to come back and make a big scene. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red and she'd have her fist in front of her mouth to stifle a sob. I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. Affronted, even. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. It's embarrassing, you know? And I've got a reputation to make. I'm used to rough situations. Like when someone loads your pistol with blanks and strands you in a Marauder moonbase, or traps you in an airlock with an angry mantis worm. Uh-oh, it looks like we're in for a big talk. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The galaxy's not exactly crawling with those. Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaningful life lessons. Wait a second. What if... I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go to me. I'll make money without doing a thing. And I'll get to cut them off. As long as I don't develop a taste for wool gonzola and bad legal dramas, that's fine by me. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy beneficiary account. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and do it ourselves. Something on your mind? It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off. Even the bribes are over. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made... Lots of them, unfortunately. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders. That's what I've... I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not. I'll make you one sometime. If you don't enjoy it, I'll make a few more until you do. No com- So, Vicar. Vicky. Can I call you Vicky?
Absolutely fucking not.
For a vicar, you sure curse an awful fucking lot.
All right.
Look who's talking.
I'm not a fucking priest.
And thank the architect for that.
Spacer's Choice Adrenal.
By the law, look at those arms. How'd you like to show those off for millions?
I guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Apologies for the wait. Wonderful. I'll file the appropriate paperwork on your behalf. Meanwhile, Adjutant Akande would like a word with you.
So it's done. Lockwood is dead. You followed my instructions to the letter. It's rare to find a freelancer with the discipline of a soldier. You've demonstrated your talents. If you're ready to talk about Phineas Wells, I'm prepared to listen. I appreciate that you want to drive a bargain. You understand I'm not paying you for anything less than reliable information. Wells had to be in touch with you somehow. Find his communication terminal and send us a tracing signal. Once I verify his location, I'll arrange for your payment. I always reward good work. Deliver Wells to the board, and you'll be more than compensated. Percival will file the appropriate paperwork on your behalf. Once you've sent a tracking signal from Wells's lab, we'll move on to the...
As instructed, the code for our secure communication channel. On behalf of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, I bid you good day. Oh, just a receipt for your services, and my receipt for your receipt, and also a standard declaration of intent to perform espionage. I'm flattered beyond description.
I have received a transmission from Roseway from a Dr. Shaw. Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway from a Dr. Shaw. Beginning playback now.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? I'm trying to reach the captain of the Unreliable. I'll keep this short lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value that you'll be interested in. Now, how does this blasted thing turn off? Damn engineers never label these toggles clearly. Is it the...
The transmission is complete, Captain. The unit is a... Alex likely recorded. If you check the terminal... May luck be with you.
Hey, hold on a second. I want a word.
Initiating initialization. Would you like to... Registering new owner. Captain. SAM units live to clean.
So is this how it's gonna be? Adjutant tells you to kill somebody, you kill somebody? No questions asked, no trouble to your conscience? Rachel Lockwood was a cartographer. She made maps, she wasn't hurting anybody. So tell me why she deserved to die. Hilarious, boss. I'm glad you're having fun, but I was hoping for a real answer. I ain't afraid of you, boss. Your tough as grit routine might leave some poor sod quaking in his boots, but it won't work on me. I'm still waiting for an explanation. Tell me why Lockwood deserved to die. Nah, we're done here. What do you need? I don't know how we're ever gonna see... Why? You got a ship. I ain't asking you to do anything for me. Never mind.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these? We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Ah, I remember you. You must have received my Aha. I knew that'd entice you to return to our dangerously unprofitable township. I asked you here because I have a working prototype of the Altinature, Auntie Cleo's very first weapon. I'd like you to have it before...
I am a dirty, autonomous digital Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Easy does it.
Careful, that's my communications terminal. I hope you're not thinking of ingratiate. They might tempt you with promises. Oh.
Doctor, you have a message.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Your signal made it through. We've pinpointed Dr. Wells's orbital lab. Excellent work. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I'm curious. Wells may have been a delusional madman, but he risked his life to save yours. So why turn him in? Revenge is a powerful motivator. Wells was thoughtless and manipulative. Turning him in was the right thing to do. You've done well. You're efficient, talented, loyal. And if you're ready to get to work, we can finally start doing some good in this colony. There has been a surge in off-world broadcasting coming from Monarch. Much of it is propaganda. All of it is illegal. We need those broadcasts shut down. All of Monarch's extraplanetary broadcasts are routed through Devil's Peak Station. I want you to claim Devil's Peak Station for the board, by force if need be. Monarch is a den of anarchy and barbarism. Keep your wits about you, and remember that you're doing the law's work. I have an agent working in Stellar Bay. Everett Gill. Have a word with him as soon as you arrive. The passphrase is, "The kind of pine grows at night." Monarch is a hotbed of anarchists operating under the misguided notion that the colony doesn't need the guiding hand of the board. It may not be a single individual behind these broadcasts, but any number of factions. Speak to Percival before you go. He'll arrange for your nav key and your reward for turning in Wells.
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to the arrest of Phineas Wells. Please allow me to extend my felicitations on a job well done. I've authorized your ship with an official board-certified nav key. Do exercise caution while visiting Monarch. As an acting agent of the board, you are entitled to purchase a selection of official board-certified equipment at a discount. Do let me know if you wish to take advantage of... If you're traveling to Monarch, I am Also, I have...
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode. Welcome back, Captain. Certainly, Captain. I was hoping you would ask.
It was the law-forsaken parasites. I had become obsessed. My quest to stop them. To avenge my partner, Philip. And my ex-partner, Bernice. And Lieutenant Jurgen. And those two informants had brought me to Rizzo's distillery. But it wasn't just the triple distilled deliciousness of Rizzo's Spectrum brand vodka that I found there. was death. I made sure the Brain Eaters paid the price. But at what cost to me? It's you.
This is the Halcyon News Network with breaking news. Halcyon Helen has been murdered. Administrator Ludovico of Rizzo's refused to answer the big question on everyone's mind. Who will Spectrum Vodka's next spokesperson be? Claiming that a special investigation must be concluded first.
Captain, we have a communication coming in from one Administrator Ludovico.
Get off the transmission, Cedric. We agreed to let me do the negotiating. Law be with you, friend. I am Administrator Ludovico of the famed Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. But there's no need to stand on formality. You may address me as Mr. Her death is the tragedy of our lifetime. As the face of our new product line, her murder is a stain on the Rizzo's brand. She was scheduled to unveil our newest product, Spectrum Brown, before this tragic event. But we cannot move forward with our unveiling until we apprehend the killer.
All right, Ludovico, that's enough. You don't know what you're doing. Let me handle this. Captain Hawthorne, I've been looking forward to meeting Adjutant Akande's favorite gun. Cedric Kincannon, Sublight Underground. I'm so glad we're hiring a third-party investigator. No one wants to see a troop of UDL guards stomping all over my hotel, least of all me. The murder of Halcyon Helen is a heinous assault on this colony. I look forward to watching you find the miscreant responsible and drag them out of the shadows. You're a compassionate person, Captain. And you're right. Halcyon Helen was a talented woman. She had a gift for transforming her art into wealth. You would not believe the money she made us on Dissident Busters.
For law's sake, Cedric, could you show a little discretion and not bring up your contraband operations in front of an outsider?
Ludovico, you wound me. I'm establishing rapport with our new contractor. Let's not give him the impression that you can't be trusted.
Do you really want to do this right now, Cedric? You want to antagonize me while I'm negotiating a contract? Because I promise you, I'll win.
We can do this anytime you want. I'll even make an appointment. I'm sure your schedule's wide open. What with your product launch being indefinitely delayed due to unforeseen murder.
All right, Cedric. If that's how you want to behave, I have no choice but to file an official reprimand on your permanent record.
Oh, please do. I'd love an official reprimand from a failed executive. Could you do me a favor and have it laminated?
Could we please stop this nonsense? Captain, I'm Constable Maria Keene. Hiring a third-party investigator was my idea. I've been studying your dossier. You are Adjutant Akande's most reliable freelancer. If the second most powerful person in Halcyon can depend on you, then I'd like to think we can depend on you. As far as I'm concerned, you're the ideal inspector for this case.
I'm pleased to hear that. The future of our complex may depend on your success. I'll leave you in the constable's care. Mr. Kincannon and I must have a word.
Fine. Bud Rizzo's is paying for that hotel room.
I can't tell you how grateful I am for your help. And even though they may not show their gratitude, I know Administrator Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon appreciate your involvement. Mr. Kincannon could lose his spaceport if board authorities took over the investigation, and if Rizzo's is forced to cancel its unveiling, we might never recover. I represent the law, Captain, but what's happening between Mr. Kincannon and the Administrator is politics. Politics are not my area of expertise. The law is simple. Politics are complicated. Me? Worn out? Perish the notion. My days are filled with catering to the oh-so-reasonable requests of Mr. Ludovico and Mr. Kincannon. What's not to like? Your words, not mine. Please don't take my lack of disagreement as anything other than fatigue. I am a content, productive, and happy member of our society. Helen was more than popular. She gave something to this colony that no product line could ever provide. Real happiness. No one has ever been as well known or as well loved. Outside of our...
Transmission terminated. Captain, we are now cleared to land at the Eridanos Atmospheric Complex. There are several reasons why someone would hire your services. Desperation, confusion, mistaken identity, inebriation. Captain, we've arrived in Eridanos. target above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. You must have seen those UDL. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly, which means I never get to do this part. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got... Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of but that's all outside our walls. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fall. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. Oh, I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tosswell poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar.
Someone's been killed!
May I help you with something, my good man? At last. I was beginning to think I'd waste away in this wretched place, waiting on orders from our mutual friend.
What's wrong? You got a pebble in your shoe? Crawl back to Byzantium if you can't cut it in the real world.
At least I'm not a walking cliché. All the engine grease in the colony won't mask the scent of this.
You're not gonna be able to smell anything once I take my fist to your nose.
Indeed. You're here about Devil's Peak Station, yes? Excellent. That should give us a foothold on this law-forsaken planet. Once you leave this forlorn town, look to the horizon and you'll see a mountaintop that looks like a fiendish... There's a path along the western side of the mountain. Unfortunately, monsters and marauders are as common as... Well, you're a Conde's blunt instrument, aren't you? I'm sure you can manage. However, there is a mercenary of some fame in town, Nyoka. She frequents the yacht club. Law, how I hate that name. Anyway, she might be useful if you can overcome... She's rather fond of drink, but she's a good shot when her... Good luck. Now, you should...
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. Don't interrupt, it's rude. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn... Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from... Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly... Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
Wouldn't know. I needed a point to stay out of her way.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you... Hello.
Quite the bedside manner.
Well, it's so... What can... And what a helpful young man.
Whiskey helps, too.
Please leave medical advice. No. Oh. It's none of my business. No, I've gone and... I'm afraid it... Believe me, Dr. Williams, Oh, you flatter an old... And to keep an extra... If Velma's capable of running...
Wrapped mask and painted eyes, right here.
Oh.
It's more...
Hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.